Hello. Welcome to SCTV International. My name is Ling. Welcome, Wambuel.
Hello. Welcome, Ling.
Today we got important news to tell you about. See briefly what we are to talk about. Welcome back. Today we are at the Center for Economic Research at the Peking University. We have Professor Xu with us. Hello, Professor Xu. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for your time, Professor Xu. It seems that we have reached the end of this recession, or we left bottom behind. However, authorities are cautious. They warn on future troubles. Could you tell us at what point we are exactly, and what can we expect for the future?
First of all, we have to agree on what we are talking about. Which crisis? We have a long-term crisis. Also, since 2008 we perceive a short-term crisis, that is one step in the long-term crisis. The long-term crisis appears as we humankind have reshaped the size and the extension of the global economy along last 20 or 30 years. This global economy is far much bigger and wealthier for humankind as a whole. So it is positive for human beings, no doubt. Yet we have to pay fees because in economics nothing is gratis. We pay fees step by step. Each step is one of the short-term crises that we all suffer. By the way, sometimes some skills among politicians and economists can't cope with this global economy. Most economic theories and economic policies base their decisions on insulated economies, where authorities can control what happens inside. It was true many years ago, this is not true any longer. In this global economy, what happens in Beijing or Tokyo has immediate and decisive influence in New York. And same happens in the other way. Therefore, economists and authorities have made important and crucial mistakes some years ago, and even today, that made things even worse. I mean, multilateralism defines the global economy since many years ago, and it will be more and more multilateral in the future. The deep point is how difficult it is for each country to adapt its economy to this new global economy. For some countries it is easy, and they are not paying high fees. However, some countries are having difficulties to accept and to adapt themselves to this world and this civilization, so they are paying higher fees in terms of time and in terms of wealth. About your second question, where we are. Well, not all individual economies are in the same point. Different countries are in different phases. Some entered earlier into this crisis, and they will leave it later than economies that accepted and adapted themselves more dynamically to new circumstances. If this short-term U-shaped crisis has 4 phases, then UK is in phase 1. US is in phase 2. Eurozone, I mean Germany, France, etc., are entering into phase 3. China is in phase 3, entering into phase 4 in my opinion.
You and many other economists talk about the U-shaped recession versus V-shaped recession, and also other shapes such as L or W or others. And also about phases inside this crisis. What does it mean? Why is it important?
We use U or V or L, etc., because charts look like them. For example, this chart describes how each national gross domestic product grows or declines along this crisis. This chart is not very different if we describe employment level or any other indicator. In this other chart I placed a level 0, the black line. It's just an example to show what I mean. It does not match with any economy in particular. Above 0 means that economy grows, below 0 means that economy declines. We see in this example that in January economy grew yet, but slower. In October economy grew as well, but faster and faster. For this imaginary example there is a huge difference between January and October, as we can see in next chart. News in January are like, amount of workers grew 100,000 in January, while it grew 200,000 in December. We can see that employment falls. However, economy grows, we know that is not for long. On the other hand, in October we hear that amount of workers grew 200,000 in October, while it grew 100,000 in September. If we hear comments, Like this, then we know now that economy is in robust recovery. In the middle, economy declines. The blue line is below zero. But in this side there are two phases as well. In February, economy declines fast, till we reach its bottom. Hereinafter, economy declines but slower, until October. Then it will grow again. That shape applies to economies like China, where economy always grew, but at different pace depending on the phase. Those four phases match what I answered before. Phase 1 applies, for example, to UK in September 2009. Phase 2 applies to USA in September 2009. Phase 3 applies to most economies around the globe in September 2009. And Phase 4 where no economy entered, but some are very close to being. About your second question, W, L, etc. Some economists such as Dr. Rabini predict a double dip, a W like in this chart, for this short-term crisis. Or even worse, something like this within 10 years. As you can see, different people have different opinions.
Thanks for your time and for your answers, Professor Shu. We ran out of our time, but we would like to count with you soon to enhance your answers, to know your opinion, and to cope with other topics. Thank you. And to all of you, thanks for your attention. See you next time. Bye.
Yes. We finish here this edition. Bye.